back there. But we appreciate everybody coming out. And if you have not, these are some of the pictures. Sue and I took a walk 2 nights ago, and we printed out some of the photos and put some names on it if you would like to know any of them as we are going around. Sorensen Park actually used to be a gravel pit. And it was acquired, I think, early 90s, probably. And so Harvey Sorensen, it's named after Harvey Sorensen, and he was a longtime park commissioner. And Joe Hutchins, sitting right here. Joe Hutchins is also a park commissioner, and he has been with the parks for 29 years. Thank you, Joe. And this is our current board president, commission president, Jane Baez DeSessa. And then James Wright is over there with the technology. So, and then we do have a couple of discos. Laura and Dave Lanti are here. And then we have another disco. So we appreciate you coming out. Thanks very much for coming. And David, you and Laura have not looked at it. These are some of the pictures we took of the plants the other night. And then yesterday, a woman came as I was getting ready to leave, and she brought these photos. And this is David and Mueller, David Mueller and Richard. And they actually helped to install at the very back of the park, the Charles Stewart Harding Mott II overlook. And so I was very grateful that she brought those just at the last minute and to share that with everybody. And then this is an amazing book that was created by A.B. Pete Church and possibly his wife Cheryl. And this talks about the park and how it was acquired and how it was built. And they just put a tremendous amount. This is prior to all the fancy computers that we have these days. And a lot of this is hand drawn and everything else. So I invite anybody to take a look at this book. So with the park, it currently, I believe, is 93 acres. Previously, it had been 78 acres, so I think they must have acquired some at some point. And Harvey Sorensen had shared with me recently that at the back of the park, that someone had told him that the park had acquired additional parcel through the wetlands. So we're looking into that. We do have the information from the township, but don't know how they actually acquired it. So we're looking into that. So I'm wondering if there's anybody with Keegan and the Cooperative Invasive Species Management Area through Oakland County. They have done a tremendous service to the park by providing a lot of stewardship, and they were able to come out with their machines over the winter and do winter mowing. Through here in the outer part, you can see there's some pretty rough stuff right now, but it used to be all woody invasives like autumn olive and buckthorn and that. And so they were able to come with that machine and grind everything up, which saved us a tremendous amount of manpower for sure. And so we are working. Joe has done a tremendous amount of work in getting the tractor out here and clearing some of that, and also some Eagle Scouts and the Northwest Oakland Bee Association came out, and they did a lot of work too, helping us clear that. We are going to do some gardens out here with native plants, and they'll be beneficial for the bees and also for our park. So we have that. Keegan, did you have anything you wanted to share? Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. Last year before, and it was mainly at the back. And that was designed so that you take out the autumn olive and the buckthorn and the other thing.
Yeah, a lot of the native plants are all to have fires periodically. So we repressed that fire regime that they would have historically had. And so we're reintroducing fire as a part of their natural lifestyle. It's calling it.
And one of the plants that really benefits from that is the wild lupine. And that is this. You'll see it out in the back. It is in flower right now. We do encourage people to leave the flowers and the pods here because they need a very specific type of soil and environment. You could not just take them and necessarily replant them and hope that they grow. They need a very specific type of environment. But definitely encourage you to go back at different times because the pods are interesting in themselves. And when you're walking through there and the pods start to open up, you'll hear like rain. It'll just go down to the ground. It's pretty interesting. So, do you think that we need to wait longer, or do you? No? Okay. If everybody wants to go, we can start our. Yep. This is Julie. Look how
So I'm sorry, I have no voice today. So what I'm going to do is make this a group-led walk because different people here have some knowledge of this area. So we'll go to different places and we'll stop and look for things, okay? That way I can speak less and try to help you throughout the whole area here. I wanted to say that the trails were laid out by volunteers quite a long time ago, and our group, Headwaters Trails, is working to put walking and paddling paths throughout this area, and we're coordinating with Oakland County on a master plan. So this is one of many fairly unique areas in northern Oakland that we hope will be permanently accessible to the public. And so this particular area here, when you hear that it was a gravel pit, doesn't sound like much, but especially the area to the back was not excavated, was not mined. And so it shows what is fairly unique in Oakland County of an area left by the glacier with wetlands all around and kind of like a mound of sand and possibly gravel. And because of that particular environment, we're seeing some special things here. So that's part of what I'd like to point out today. And Keegan is very much aware of that. So I'm sorry, sir, I'm going to have to be relying on you a lot. Anyway, I don't think I'm not very susceptible myself to mosquitoes, but if you want to use some spray, you can. Um, I would like to have Mary start outside looking at the beekeeping. Bees are not a native, honeybees are not a native species, but many people are introducing them, and it's appropriate to show people where they forage and how they make the honey. But I would hope when I go out back, I could find some native insects for you too. Okay? So please help me with questions and pointing out things that you'd like to know about. And I apologize for not being able to speak more than this.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Plants. Say your ticks. We do have ticks. It is a bad year for ticks. And the other night when Sue and I went, the next morning on a sweatshirt that I wore, I did find a tick. So just if anybody would like to use it, you're welcome to.
Yeah, you should tonight. You should shower and check yourself because I had two, Mary, and I found one more this morning. So, in general, the ticks we have here are the dog ticks, not necessarily the ones that are carrying Lyme disease, but you don't want them on your body. So you got to check, right? When you've been out playing disc golf, you also probably check, right? Yeah. What do you do to check?
Your leg, the mercury kind of check our waist.
Yep.
For women,
Check.
actually
Feel
looking
the
at
access.
it's a good idea.
Okay, all that was here. And
They're they're all out here.
Not
Everywhere. Yeah, yeah. Okay. So I'm glad to be here. And definitely didn't want to cancel because I have a lot of heart in this park. I used to do a number of things to help here, and I hope to gather your interest in all of the things that we have here. So, should we?
well, I would like to actually expand on that though. Chuck Julian spent years and years at this park doing almost every weekend volunteer work with WAM groups, which were the jail alternative groups. And they would come out here, and not only would they lead the group, but Chuck would also make lunch every single time. And it was wonderful. So thank you to Sue and to Joe and to James and to Jane for coming tonight. Thank you. And to all of you, thanks for coming.
Should we start with these?
We can. I'm actually going to tuck my